Hi, I'm Raquel. Welcome back to Recovery to Wellness, where survivors radiate badassery. It is currently June 4th, 2024. I'm gonna start filming, hopefully this actually balances, we're in the car, but I'm gonna start filming the Things You Didn't Know About Me video. I've been thinking about doing a Things You Didn't Know About Me video for a while. I have thought about it for probably at least the last 6 months or so, because I think there are some people in my audience who are new or relatively new, and new in the sense of being here maybe for the last 6 months to a year, especially in a year because I'm going to be making another video sometime soon, at least filming wise, sort of like the year in reflection kind of thing, because I totally took it upon myself in this last year to upload 1 to 2 videos each week, except for 2 weeks actually concurrently together. So 1 week in July and then 1 week in August, like 1 week July and then the next week in August, where I didn't upload any videos. 2 of them I went back and deleted, but primarily I uploaded, I think it was like about 76, give or take, videos in the last year, and that's just so cool and so exciting, and it's like probably one of the first times I've actually completed a project in that way. And again, it wasn't anything like anybody like told me to do or was like expected of me, but it was something that once I started doing it for like a month and then I started doing it more consistently, it just was really cool and it was like really important. And you know, the last few months, I would say, after working 40 hours, which I guess if you didn't know, I work 40 hours a week at a psych hospital as a group leader. Lately I've been kind of pushing the limits of that 1 to 2 week upload, because I'll edit a video on a Saturday, because I go from Sunday to Saturday as a week, and I'm like, so it's like Saturday and it's like 5 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I'm gonna just upload a video, like this is my contribution for the week, but whatever. Numbers in a sense have gone down since going full time, but overall, like when I had more time, I was kind of uploading like a couple more, over the summer, and like in the fall, it was like twice a week kind of thing, but still figuring out time and effective time management and learning that. So yeah, so that will be a video soon, kind of a year reflection and review of like kind of how that went in that process, and sort of the benefits of that and the excitement of that. And I want to continue doing it as much as I can. I really want to keep upholding it and see how far I can get, kind of thing. And I think it's just really fun. And it's also more consistency too, and it's just great. So good all around. So I've had my YouTube channel for about, this year will be 8 years. Yep, I've been on YouTube for 8 years, and at least with an account. I was just thinking about this while I was walking back over here. I first thought about making a YouTube channel in 2015, and then I didn't make it until the end of December 2016, primarily because one of my friends on WordPress, I have a blog on WordPress since May 2016, and I was way more active before 2018. I was really active on it, but I had a friend named Summer, and she was over in England, and she had borderline, and we were like really good friends and stuff, and she started sending me like little like videos and stuff of her room, things like that, and so I shared her with one of mine in my room and stuff, and then like it just kind of like blossomed. And then I'd always had the idea since 2015, and then I was kind of like, I don't know, I'll just like totally make it. So then that's pretty much why and how I wound up creating my YouTube channel, and I just borrowed the name from my blog and stuff and everything, and set forth on that adventure. And I didn't really get into video making until 2020 when the pandemic hit, and then I would say in the last year I got more intentional or serious with the channel in a sense. I still don't know how it works. I don't know how YouTube works. There was that video that I uploaded like almost a year ago. It was like a makeup video. It wasn't even that good of a video, and I thought it was kind of funny because I don't know what I'm doing with makeup and stuff, so I thought it was just kind of funny. But it got like, still it is sitting as my most highly viewed video, and it has 995 views, which is wild, because I uploaded it. I did nothing differently than if I would have uploaded it 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after. But I don't know what happened. Like, I actually have a couple of other videos that I filmed of me sort of reacting to it, where I was like, and that I haven't edited together and stuff. But I was very surprised, and I was very like, I don't know why or how or what or anything, but You know, I mean, I think when I first saw it, when it got 140 views, I was like, yeah, okay, YouTube. I'm like, yeah, okay, this glitch is happening. And then it went up to like, you know, 200, 300 views, and I was like, nah, it's a glitch. It can't be. But I don't know, it's weird. Also, a bigger thing, which is more from my own experiences, I would say in the last year, and definitely maybe the last 2 years, I no longer feel like I'm talking to the void. I used to, for a while, definitely like 2020, I think probably before 2020, and definitely when the pandemic happened and stuff, and then there were a couple of years there that I was like, I feel like I'm talking to the void, and like, I'm talking, and then it's just going out into the ether, and then I'm not getting a lot back. But I don't feel that way anymore. Definitely in the last year, and probably in the last 2 years, I feel like I am reaching an audience in a sense, and it's just the very beginnings of it as well. Like, I don't think I've like reached all the audience, but like, you know, I'm starting to reach people, and people are commenting, and I'm able to talk to you guys, and it's just so fun. It's I like thrive on discussion, honestly, and like, I don't really get criticism online very much. Like, I've never dealt with hate online, like, ever. But like, I also know that, like, you know, it's like, I know that by putting stuff out on the internet, I'm opening myself up to either criticism or, you know, maybe hate or likes or things like that. And like, I think I've accepted that pretty well. And I think, especially working 40 hours, I don't think I would be able to right away, unless it happens like that same day that I upload a video. Like, if I'm uploading it on a day that I'm not working, I'm probably not going to be able to right away be able to respond. So that will also buy time for me to be able to kind of process, in a sense, too. I always try to be like, when I'm at work, I mean, I have like breaks and stuff and everything, so sometimes I like, you know, hop on just to see what's going on and stuff online and things like that. But overall, I try to say, if I get like an email notification that I got a new comment on like a video, I catastrophize a little bit, so I kind of be like, okay, I'm not gonna look at it, because if it's anything bad, I don't want to have to like have that change the rest of my mood and stuff for the rest of the day that I have left in store. So I think part of that is probably just a protective factor and everything. It's never happened, actually, but just in case, I'm like, I'm not going to read it until I'm like, you know, in a place where I can kind of process it or talk about it, or like, you know, identify with certain parts of it, or whatever it might be. So, other things you didn't know about me, I'm going to be 31 this year. I'm going to be 31. My birthday is in September. And I actually used to say my name, like my first and last name, when I first started my channel. And even on my blog, you can find it, technically, you can find it and stuff too. I've moved away from that, more so since working at the psych hospital. And then, of course, my badge does say, like, my name and stuff on it. But I've moved away from, like, and obviously, like, if I document stuff at work, like, it has my name and stuff too. And if I ever publish a book, which I plan to, it'll have my first and last name on it. But I just moved away from that because of just the kind of privacy issues, or like doxing concerns, I guess. I just say my first name nowadays. And I went to UMass Boston as my university. I went from fall 2012 to fall 2018. I did graduate, and I got my Bachelor of Science in Psychology. I actually was originally a chemistry major pre-med, and then I took chemistry, and then not only did I take chemistry, I passed with like just the amount that I needed to pass, and then I took chemistry 2, and then got like a D- in the class, and then I retook it, and then I failed it. And that's where I stopped going pre-med. And I was like, nope, I'm just gonna go. And then I had to try to psych class and stuff, and I really fell in love with it, and it worked with my style and how I learned and stuff, and pretty much just went from there. So yeah, I was originally pre-med, and actually I'm hoping to do sometime soon, probably like a talking video about my experiences at university, and particularly with the mental health lens to it, like having mental health struggles while in university and everything. I'll do a video where I put together some of my old photographs from university and stuff too, because definitely I picked UMass Boston because at the time in 2012 it was so photogenic and it was so beautiful, and I have so many photos from, because especially before I got diagnosed with anything, I was really creative, and I would do a lot of creative things, like it's photo shoots, and like, you know, I was president of the photography club for a little while and things like that, and it was like really good. So that's a whole bunch of stuff that I can, which would be great for me too, to look back on some of those videos, and not videos, but some of those photographs, and then create it into a video. That'd be great. My favorite color is the rainbow, not just because I'm gay, because spoiler, I'm gay. I identify as a gay ace, so I'm a lesbian asexual. I came out in summer 2016, probably July, honestly. I think I have it on my blog somewhere, but I came out in summer 2016 as bisexual, but leaning more towards women. And then I came out in, I think 2020, honestly, in the summer, in July, as gay, as lesbian. And then I came out like another time in like July, like a year after, probably a year after, or no, I think the year after that. And so in 2022, I came out as asexual. So basically what that means for me is I identify as asexual. So I'm good with, like, I'm okay with like kissing, cuddling, hugging, like, you know, making out and things to that with a like a female, or like you know, potentially a non-binary person. But when it comes to inserting anything in holes, no. It's a no. It's a no. Like putting, no. Like, so anything like that, nope, I draw the line there, and that's not what I'm, nah. Like sex, I think when it comes to like a female and a male having sex, I feel like I'm more sex repulsed in a sense. But like even just like phallic objects is like no, like no. I'd always honestly suspected that I was asexual for a while. For like a few years I thought I was, but I wasn't for sure. And then I actually found out because there was somebody I was talking to on Instagram, of all places, and she sent me like a photo, and she was like, "Oh, what do you think?" And I'm like, and then she's like, "You're not like," and I'm like, "No, am I supposed to be?" But it was kind of silly. So I was like, then I legitimately opened a new tab on my computer, and I was like, "What is asexuality?" And then I found stuff, and then I was like, "Yeah, that's me." So actually, some people who are asexual do still, you know, can, you know, proceed with sex and such, but some people don't. It all depends on the person, pretty much. But yeah, so for me, I am cuddle, hug, kiss, make out, be naked, but put anything anywhere, no thanks. Also, something you didn't know about me. Oh, so speaking of the rainbow, my favorite color is the rainbow. I particularly like seven color rainbows. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink. But because then if you end with pink, then it goes back into red, and then it kind of continues. So a continuity thing. I also, well, speaking of the rainbow, I really like rainbows, not because I'm gay, but really because when I started drawing again in 2015 in my recovery, I originally, for like 6 months or so, I only really worked with like blue ink or black ink. And then as I sort of view as like adding color and rainbows and like glitter and stuff like that into my artwork was a really transformative of like vitality in a sense, and vividness, and like that was something that I sort of associated with it in a way. So I really got into like colorful stuff because it was just kind of like seeing the world in color again after like having a black and white shade for a while. So it's just a more of a healing kind of thing. But also, yes, I'm gay, but also rainbows are awesome. Like I love color, and like just that's a very like, you know, big part of my personality and stuff. I'm also an introvert. I don't know what to do at like parties. My probably not super, you didn't know this about me, but my idea of a fun time is to go to the library. So that's my idea of a fun time. And I also, something I learned from my last romantic relationship, I've only really been in 2 romantic relationships. One of the things I learned in my last romantic relationship is that I really, like, I also looked up, I guess there's many points, but one of the points I wanted to make is that when I was in my teen years, I struggled with a physical health condition of spondylolisthesis and scoliosis. Sorry, I got like a weird like disease spell right there. That was weird. So I struggled with my physical health for a while, and I had a couple surgeries and stuff. And then I think that actually really helped me out a lot when it came to struggling with my mental health years later, which is interesting because I think I really obtained that difference between a golden apple, like a cure, because scoliosis doesn't have a cure and it's a, you know, progressive issue. And it gets worse during adolescence and menopause. And I also found out another thing, which is I'm gonna get to in a second. But I always thought, like, because it couldn't be a cure, like any preventative thing wasn't worth it in a sense. Like, that's how I viewed it. And my longest behavioral like tactic is avoidance. So I dealt with it by not dealing with it, which didn't work out well for me. So not a good idea. I think I came into like that difference between maintenance versus a cure, particularly in mental health conditions recovery, is a common theme that comes up. And really, like, as long, like, the way I think of it as least as like living with a mental health condition at its most extreme of being in a crisis and being in the hospital, as time goes on and recovery goes on and just things change, I find myself that the idea of having to just maintain recovery or have it be a continuous process really becomes easier to accept and easier for me to conceptualize, and also just kind of be okay with it. Like, that's, like, I don't need a cure in a sense. Like, I mean, yeah, it sucks when it happens, and it does suck. Like, the crises really suck. Yeah, I'm strong enough, and I'm able to get through it, and I'm able to maintain and use maintenance and things, and I don't need, you know, that cure, because that golden apple probably doesn't exist, and it's just kind of a way of sort of overcoming adversity and learning lessons and moving forwards in a sense, and in hopefully the best, healthiest option in a way, and in a way that can be hopefully inspiring for other people if I share that with them, or just inspiring in general if I don't even get the credit for it in a sense, kind of things like that. Scoliosis, I found out recently, can get worse with pregnancy as well. And since I was like a teenager, I don't think I ever really wanted to have kids. I think because I had scoliosis and I knew that scoliosis was like, could be like a genetic thing, I was pretty against, like, I wouldn't want to like risk like having a kid and then having them have scoliosis, and especially because I went through it. And then of course mental health stuff has a genetic component, so I've joked before, because I mean, you know, a lot of my stuff, you know, can be genetic and stuff, but I didn't, like, it wasn't like in the family or anything, so it kind of just happened randomly. And a lot of things in life, I feel like I live in maybe a lot of anxiety and fear, and then like when that happens, it's like, you know, because you can't predict what's happening in life and like what'll happen in the future and stuff. So I don't know, I feel like I don't think I would want to be pregnant myself. I don't think I'd want that. Am I completely opposed to having children? I guess not, but I'm way more content with like having fictional characters live in my head, and like fictional characters that I write into stories and like, you know, share that and stuff like that. Like that, I'm good with that. But like, I do want to have a partner in the future and like, you know, maybe get married or something. But kids, I mean, take it or leave it kind of thing. I'm like kind of like not like, whoa, let's do it, you know? I'm like kind of like, you know? Like it's from the Greg Warren, his first dry bar comedy thing. He's like, I've seen kids, I'm not that impressed. That's kind of how I feel about it too. So quick last things before I fully end this video. I got my hair, the bottom of my hair dyed teal-ish, blue teal, back in fall 2021, before I actually started working where I currently work at Alsoooo. So that's a fun fact. I've had this dream since like 2016 though. That was a 2016 dream. I also really want to publish a book. That is definitely my next career move. I also really, since 2016, I've wanted to give a TED Talk, particularly on my mental health conditions recovery, but also especially with creating and sustaining like life into my 4 recovery art projects, which I don't know how I'm gonna do, and I have to completely brush up on the whole subject matter and context and concept of them, but that is something that I would like to do. I'm hoping, and I am going to take a public speaking class, an online public speaking class, so I'm gonna sign up for it on Juneteenth. So hopefully I can brush up on that. And other things you didn't know about me. I think maybe I have worked with advocacy work with NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, since March 2016. Oh, I used to write articles in my university's newspaper about my mental health conditions recovery. So I've been really, really open about it throughout my recovery journey. I used to be a massive shameless self-promoter. I have lost a lot of that. I don't really have that anymore. I really want to publish books. I have like 5 ideas that I want to publish books. I want to write a memoir, a groups book, a workbook, some like a novel, and like maybe some like short stories and like compilation of short stories and poetry from when I was probably back in high school and stuff. Other things, again, like I said earlier, I don't feel like I'm talking to the void anymore, and it is really exciting. I think something that I didn't quite anticipate is that if my channel and when my channel does get more traction and more attention with it, how am I going to manage that sort of cycle while also managing a 40-hour position, while also managing free time, while also managing books and all of this kind of stuff? I don't have that answer yet. I think we're still a long way away from that, but one day. A couple last thoughts. Sorry, I didn't look at you like most of the time. I was like looking out in the parking lot. I'm like, oh, look at the parking lot. Like, look at the lights and stuff. But I think maybe you know this about me, but maybe you don't. I drink coffee. I get frozen coffees from Dunkin', like, on the daily. Often. I think that's probably a good place to end. Let me think of one more. I feel like I have a weird, like, notion of, I don't know, I feel a little weird. I'm drinking a vanilla mocha frozen coffee. I've been an avid artist for a long time. I do, like, photography, filming, beaded bracelets. I haven't done that in a while, but I'm gonna go back into it soon. Drawing, collages, creative writing for sure, watercoloring, adult coloring. Creative writing, I write Loki-centered adventures fanfiction and House MD fanfiction. One of my House fanfics actually has just surpassed the amount of hits that my seizure-oriented Loki fiction fanfic had, so that's exciting. So finally have another one that's leading up there. But anywho, this video is very, very long, so I am going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks for being here, thanks for listening, and as always, stay safe. Much love and light to you, and hopefully I can hear more of your feedback in the comments. Feel free to leave it, and I look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Thanks so much. So that's a little bit about some things you didn't know about me, and hope you learned a thing or two, and I hope it was okay. So thanks so much. Bye.
Guiding like a lighthouse to